Here's a quick question. If someone is deported in America, do you think the judge always has to approve it? Most of you say yes. But that's not how the deportation really works in reality since 1990. And that's why this is happening right now. If your YouTube feed suddenly looks like this, immigration everywhere, enforcement clips everywhere, it's not random. In this video, I'll explain you in detail how deportation can happen without court, who qualifies for the fast track removal, why more people are being detained, what changed in 2025 and 2026, and why this suddenly feels personal for so many people. Stay with me, this makes it all crystal clear. The first question people usually search is simple. What exactly is ICE? Immigration and Customs Enforcement, a federal agency under the Department of Homeland Security. Its job is to enforce immigration laws inside United States. Do you think the ICE has always existed? No. ICE was created in 2003 after the 9/11 when the US reorganized national security. And this distinction matters. ICE does not write immigration laws. ICE enforces it. So even before ICE, immigration enforcement was handled by one agency, INS, the Immigration and Nationalization Service. INS handled both visas and enforcement. After 2003, that split became formal. Legal immigration on one side, enforcement on the other side. That's when enforcement became more visible. Arrests, detentions inside every community. When most people hear deportation, they imagine judge, courtroom, but that's not how every case works. In 1996, long before the ICE even existed, Congress passed a law called Expedited Removal. Under the normal process, someone is arrested, then their case goes to the immigration court and it can be dragged on for years before their final decision. Under the expedited removal, an ICE officer can issue the removal order immediately, directly. There is no immigration judge involved, and the whole thing can be over in just days or weeks. So, what actually changed in 2005 and 2006? Here's the heart of the story. It wasn't the new law, it was the old law being used differently. Let's break it down. Who can be fast tracked? Before 2025, the expedite removal was mostly used near the borders. But in 2025, its use expanded to more people already inside the US. Picture this, someone is stopped. Then, if they can't immediately prove lawful entry or long term presence, the law allows the ICE to place them into the fast track removal. But this does not apply to the US citizens, green card holders with valid documents. This is about the burden of proof, not guilt. The second change, detention versus release. This is the change most people feel. In early 2026, the federal court ruled out that ICE must detain certain category of people. These included people in the expedited removal, people with certain criminal records, and people in mandatory detention category. Earlier in practice, ICE sometimes let some of these people out on the bond or parole while their case continued. Now, under the strict rules, many of the same people can't be released at all. The law tells ICE they have to be kept them locked up. Change 3. Why? This is hard to undo. When a court upholds tough enforcement like this, a president can't just undo it with a new order. To really change it, Congress has to change the immigration law itself. That's why this didn't stay a temporary experiment. It turned into the regular way the system works. Change 4, where ICE can operate. Another shift people started noticing. For years, ICE used to avoid making arrests near the schools, hospitals. Those protections were taken away. There's a lot of confusion in the warranty. This is exactly where the fear kicks in. There are two kinds of judiciaries. One is judicial warrant, signed by a judge, and it can give real authority to enter and arrest. The other is the administrative warrant, signed by an ICE officer, and by itself it does not give the ICE the same power to come into your house without consent. When people don't know the difference, they don't know what ICE can legally do. And that uncertainty is what creates fear. Why this may affect you? Even if you are a US citizen, think about a mixed status family. The kids are the citizens, the parents have papers, but every knock at the door still freezes the room because the enforcement around them changed.